everyone, Brian Hoops here with Midwest Market Solutions with our latest internet video series. It's Monday evening when I'm recording this, March the 16th, 2015. And thanks everybody for joining us. We really appreciate having you with us and taking time to listen to our commentary. Before we get started, we want to and actually need to remind you, risk of loss in trading. Futures or options can be substantial, and each investor or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment for him or her. Past performance is not indicative of any future results, and any trading advice or information taken from trades and other sources that we believe are reliable. We do not guarantee that the information that we provide to you is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice is our good faith judgment and is subject to change without notice, and there's no guarantee. The advice that we give will result in profitable trades. Copyright 2015. Well, we come into tonight, I want to talk about a couple trades I think that are set up for movement here, and slide this. This is April cattle, and this is showing the seasonal tendency of cattle. You notice how we peaked out here in November, very close to the seasonal high, November 25th, and rode this thing down almost perfectly to the seasonal low that was projected in December. Then we had another rally and another sharp drop till when a seasonal low would be called for in January 27th. Again, we had another low here, February 25th, actually made new lows, and it wasn't called here in the seasonals. I actually think that the seasonal break that we are anticipating starting here last week in March the 12th, and moving into the end of the month, may have occurred a little bit early on this big drop here at the end of February. I'm a little bit more optimistic, and I think prices are going to start to move higher. That's why we are putting out buy recommendations in the cattle market. You can see this is a moving average, this dotted line here. This is a 21-day moving average. We follow this pretty closely, and really this is an indication of the trend of the market. 21 days I chose, and you can choose certainly anything you want, 9, 18, 21, 40, 50, 100, all acceptable, but 21 represents the normal trading days in any given month. So you can see here in September, October, November, the moving average was still going higher until we peaked in November. And then we rode this thing down. Now you can see this moving average is starting to move back higher, telling us the trend has changed in this market. And certainly we've made higher highs here than in here. I am looking to get long if we take out this bar's high. There's a lot of different ways you can get into a market. You can buy on support. You could buy at the market and just get into a trade. I choose to buy or sell on stops just because I want to make the market move into my favor, move in my direction, and prove that I'm right, sacrificing a little bit of entry price for that peace of mind, and hopefully keeps me away for some other bad trades once in a while. Now, some people may want to look at a resistance, and you can just put up a 50% retracement, or 38 we came close to today, 50 down in here in this 150, 80 area. This is April contract, remember. One thing I've always noticed, that if this is a start of an uptrending market, it may not pull back down in these resistance points, and you may get left without being in the trade. So I'm going to try and get long if we take out this high, and I'm figuring we're going to take out this high on that move, and if we use potential targets, we should see her move up in the 158.60 area and very possibly back up into here. Now, if we get filled, we put a stop in to new lows in here. And I'm not going to worry that this chart wants to roll on about the 18th of March. It's going to roll to June as a lead contract. I want to stay in the April as long as I can, because I think that's where the numbers are the tightest and will want to be. So I'm going to look to get into the cattle market. Another trade I want to get into is in the soybeans. Okay, let's drag this over like we did with the cattle, show the seasonal pattern here going into the month of March. Using the same moving average in the soybeans, you can see we started to move this trend higher. Now we dipped below it here in the month of March, below the moving average, but the moving average is higher today than what it was 21 days ago. back in here in February. So it tells me that the market is at least sideways, wanting to move higher. We've pulled back in here, and I think this is another buying opportunity. Here is another area where I want to try and get long this market. If we take out Monday's highs, the 16th highs, around 978.5, I'm going to get long up in this area somewhere, and I do think this market has potential to go back at least to this area and maybe back up into this major resistance, which is around that 1065 area this springtime. Now, seasonals, you look here, we are looking at seasonals historically about the 17th, which is Tuesday, as a low point, and then a rally till about the 26th, and the market pulls back into the 31st. So if we get filled, we're going to look for at least about a week long rally or so. And you can see from a seasonal standpoint, pretty much in line with the seasonal pattern, calling for a low right here in this early part of January, and then higher prices. Now this pullback is not seasonally noted. We have a little bit of a pullback to the 17th, but boy, I would think we're going to have an opportunity from a fundamental standpoint to suggest prices should be higher. If we get a fast pace of planting this spring, which forecasts look a little bit drier, that should allow a lot of corn acres to go in pretty rapidly, and that may be to the detriment of the soybeans. Now, why are we getting along in this area? Well, look at the chart pattern here. This is a green bar, meaning we close on the lowest, almost the low tick of the day here. So if we reverse this, that should be bullish to the market at this time. So we're going to look to get long here. The same thing we did. We got long when we took out this high. We took out this high, and the market reacted positively to it. We got long here, and the market reacted positively to it, and just couldn't hold those gains, and then we turned things lower. But yeah, I think that's a good buy signal. And if we look at soybean meal counterpart to the soybeans, same type of pattern. Let's drag this over. We can see the seasonal pattern here for March meal. Move higher until about the 26th, then a pullback, and then we move higher again into the early part of May. So this is another market that's pulled back, like the 21-day moving higher. The market's pulled back. If we take out this high, I'm going to get long in the meal. I think that's going to be a good trade. So those are three markets that I think potential setups are coming in here for your trading here, hopefully sometime this week. All right, we're going to sign off, but have a great day of trading, good week until we talk to you again. Hope this helps you out. If you have any questions, feel free to contact any of our offices, and we will talk to you again soon. This has been Brian Hoops from Midwest Market Solutions.